Hello and good evening. My name is John, and we're here playing Tales of Tales of Berseria. Part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually at an arbitrarily rate, and/or review them with a wee bit of playtime. Now, I have blogged quite a bit of time in this game, 38 hours apparently. I think I left it running to get tip stuff before. What is this game? This is a series in the long-running Tales franchise. Maintenance here. We're gonna explore this area. So don't. Okay. Lots of going here. That dog tail, I put on my character. Don't worry about it.
There's still a long way to go. It's a big world out there.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot can happen on the waves. The far seas are unexplored territory for a reason.
I'd imagine so. The seasons and the weather can change the sea completely.
Oh. Do I sense a budding interest in the sea?
Think you're feeling less apathetic about it now?
I wouldn't say that. I was just reminded of something someone once said to me.
So, the Tales games are known for their cutscenes. They have a lot of interstitial characters. Like, the characters are very, 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 very chatty, which isn't a bad thing. And this is a game that is an RPG. And this is a game that has a lot of stuff going on in it. So, I've also not played this in a while. So what do I like about this game? Well, I do like the conceit where I have this dungeon. There are named monsters. I know how I can find out what am I supposed to do? Gotta be, here it is. Find the inn and begin deciphering. Find the inn. Oh, there's an inn. So we're in an RPG section of this game. We're gonna go to the inn. Deciphering. Quest.
We could use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
All right, time to start deciphering this scroll.
A lot of characters that might need some intros.
So Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
No, what did you call me?
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be called ma'am, so I thought maybe that'd work.
Yes, satisfactory. All right. I'll teach you how to read Ancient Avarost.
Thank you so much, teacher!
We'll leave you two alone then. Let us know if anything comes up.
So for the most part, we're an RPG section, so I'm not going to do a ton of stuff. I like this game's combat quite a lot. I find some of the characters to be not ideal. Alright, so this is another one of those. Find your party members, get their deepest thoughts. They all have tails. Okay, look. The game is called Tales. You can put costume items on people. You could put earrings, eye patches, glasses, hats, all characters Lloyd from a different game. I put tails on them because this game is called Tales, so therefore everybody has a look.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
So some of the writing is amazing and funny. I like that line there. Some of the characterizations and stuff are a bit weak. They have some tone problems when it comes to the female characters, which, I mean, trope of this genre.
Do you plan on
Oh, there
just
we go.
giving up? Palamedes is Amenoch's temple. The priestess isn't the only one whose job it is to protect that temple. It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Amenoch's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us? Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Isolt anymore.
Our faith in Amenoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
All right.
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Amenoch. For unbroken centuries, a line of his priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
And there's still a priestess today?
Of course! And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria. But the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Inominat. In all the years we've worshipped Amenoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
It's a very wordy game. So the just the plot is you were betrayed, you want revenge. That's the most of it. So I don't think it matters. There's a lot of systems. So one thing I do like is that your weapons have skills that you can master, and when you master the skills, you permanently learn them. So character sheet here. Right, so these are all those things I can do. These are all... No. Equipment skills. These are all the equipment skills that I have learned, and they're permanent. So as you gain more items, so every item, no matter how weak or strong it is, gives you at least one skill, which is all unique. So you want to try everything and use everything because it gives you all these bonuses. So I have plus 10% damage to crustaceans. Sure, is that valuable? I don't know. But it's fun to collect these, and it's always little things on the side that you're gathering. So I'm all trying to collect these. Oh, that's... Oh, right. You also get titles that you can max. They happen automatically. I guess I'm playing Mistress Arm because operates, I think. Oh, sorry, equipment skill, learning skills. What else? Okay. So we're in a talking section.
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laffy said.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am. So I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
So what's the basic plot of this game? Well, you, the main character here, is betrayed early on, and you're seeking revenge, and this guy's a demon who is trying to... He can't use a sword on his back, so he uses daggers. It's a long thing. This is a character you meet mid-game that joins you later after you convince her you're actually not so bad.
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon
This is all
and
spoilers.
this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything toward your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed.
So you are so hellbent on revenge. There are demons and demon hunters and all sorts of stuff. The Abbey is the church that's supposed to stop demons, but it seems, based on what I've played, they may be up to no good.
Banning local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Amenoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough, but straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Rock. You weren't supposed to read that line.
Oh, ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Sa, Popo, Mucho, Sancho.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
Well, that can't be right.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic.
He's sunk into the table. I think our model doesn't seem quite right.
Reordering? So like... San-san, Pocho, Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Muson. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Muson. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into... the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested.
Oh, we're gonna get ourselves a proper cutscene, it seems like. Nope. Alright.
I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go check on them?
You didn't have to make me run back.
Well, any results? Yes. Well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Oh, you too. So cute.
Careful, honey tongue. You'll give this old girl ideas. Huh? Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
Eight-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart, the nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therians? Essentially, this ancient text you've found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat. Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so. But if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history.
I'll admit the Tales do drain some of the drama out of the game.
Earth, water, wind, and fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians and Innominat's body are connected through earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Not really, it's been a while. There you go.
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up. And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
I remember that one.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
Like I said, I'm about 30, 40 hours into this game, so there's...
The needle's pointing in the direction of Amenoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth Pulse point?
There's lots of earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing.
Does he stick that?
But if you were to kill a Therian... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Fuck. Okay. Alright. Time to make the game go. Cards. There are a lot of mini games in this. This up. Alright. We are on our way. Alright, so I need to go to question. Excuse me, ma'am.
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamedes, and...
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service? I want you to look for someone. A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned. They've both gone missing? Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Aminoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana. Hold on. If she's a priestess of Aminoch... Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too. I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother.
We're on it.
And you believe they're being held at the temple? Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down.
We're on it.
I will do everything in my power to find them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
Of course. Let's
Mention.
Miss Exorcist.
Drama. Alright, at some point, we're actually... Okay. We are now at the Manana Ra Reef. So, what is this game mostly? It is a lot of RPG combat.
Eleanor, what's your game here?
The mother and daughter, you mean? That's on me. I'll search for them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately misleading you? Laying a trap of some sort for you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them. I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what it is. Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. But something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
What is it?
About the Therians. I've heard you call yourself a Therian before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one, that's all.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But, was that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
So, like a lot of JRPGs, they are incredibly story focused. Here we go, combat. So, I like the combat. I could easily see this being very, as you could say, spammy with the auto combat. You can obviously do better if you put the time in to actually learn the full combos and stuff. But I'm totally fine with just letting the auto combos do it for me.
Stop fooling around.
But I'm serious about my fooling around. I challenge you.
4 dumpuses. It's definitely a game where you get overpowered pretty early on,
Are we done?
and that feels good. I have to admit. I have yet to find any of the I mean, I think I'm playing on normal difficulty, but I've yet to find any of the bosses too difficult. So the majority of my time I am just pushing the A button. But I am also doing one thing to pull out the demon claw there that you see. And target assessment is also a vital part. But these are just, you know, filler, random mob stuff. They cover you in items. One thing you can do, you can grab multiple groups of monsters. Then they turn into a dangerous encounter. And that increases the difficulty, but also increases the rewards, and you take out multiple groups at once. Do I enjoy this game? I would say yes. Like I said, I've played it for 40 hours, so that's a pretty good review right there. Recommendation-wise, the story is really nonsensical because it's a JRPG and that's just how they are made. That's not a dig on the game itself. It's just you saw so many capital N proper nouns in that first 20 minutes of cutscenes there, and that happens multiple times throughout the game. Expedition has returned. That means I've been playing for 30 minutes.
Take a look at this.
I got mayonnaise.
This recipe.
Scout ship.
Right? I got mayonnaise.
Velvet keeps picking on Madame Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometime.
This is
Takes it too far.
another character.
Really think they're totally opposite? If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squid ink noodles with seaweed. I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common.
This game does have issues with respecting its female characters. I did change Velvet's costume in the game to not be the tattered rag she wears. He excuses it because she doesn't feel cold because she's a demon, but
Eleanor sometimes treats
yeah, I don't know.
And Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is the cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've experienced.
Actually, I feel that Madame Eleanor isn't really reaching out to me.
It's all right if Eleanor doesn't want to talk to you. I'm here for you, Bienfu. You aren't alone.
That's right. Name is Bienfu.
You two are opposites yourselves.
God.
Huh?
Please stop talking. Oh, Snake.
I'm ready for this.
I don't know what that square is. Need to do anything. Oh, also you get super moves. I have on auto, so I just wasted super one.
Your style is really unique.
I was trying to ramp the map. Old map. Got 2 exits. Head down to this. So there are not hidden, but there are difficult monsters which also give permanent upgrades. So like the upper left corner of my map, you see the number of chests. Oh, there's one over there. Actually, I can't get. But that tells me how many chests are on there. So that is one of those super monsters there. I can't get to right now. But I know there is one. The things I'm collecting are... oh gosh. They are fragment souls of little cat creatures that are locked away in chests. You need to find these soul fragments to free them, and they give you costumes or stuff. There's a lot in this game. I'll try to avoid monsters. Get to the... kill that big meanie. See if I can make a meaningful impact here. I played these games back on the PS1, and I really liked the fact that the active combat, and that one it was 2D, the active combat was co-op, so you could play multiple people, control multiple characters. As far as I know, the console versions that still support that, which I think is... you're gonna come here, get this big meanie. Can't sneak up on them.
Are we ready for this?
Oh, it's the Kraken. Need to get a good combo on him. He's just a guardy boy. There you go, he's down now. Oh, stun. I got knocked out. We can. I actually think they're gonna get him. I can use an item to pull myself up, I guess. I paid more attention.
It was a close one, but I am the victor.
So now I've got Disruptor's Galicite. Grants a random skill that allows souls to be retained while performed. So that is now a permanent upgrade. Great in that fight, but now a permanent upgrade that rest of the game. So check our equipment. Items. Got stuff maxed out to replace. So this is kind of the gist of what this game has to offer. Some more active RPG combat, generally not too difficult, even though it's there. A lot of talking, some really convoluted story beats at times. That is the style of genre. That is the game. Takes us. World is fun to explore for the most part. The characters do have growth. I think that's the best part. Why is there?
This rocky shore just keeps going. Just don't step on any sea slugs, okay?
Why not? What's the big deal?
It's just that it isn't pretty. Their insides squish everywhere.
Yikes. That sounds pretty traumatizing.
Then again, if you pickle their innards, it makes for a great snack.
You eat them?
Oh, don't be a baby. You've had worse.
Forget the sea slugs. Try not to step on the coral.
Good point. Coral is alive and needs our protection.
Or maybe it's because some of it can be sold for jewelry.
I didn't mean either of those reasons. Although Manon appears similar to Maclear Beach, it was formed by a completely different process.
Now that you mention it, this area is covered by rocks.
Maclear is just your average seashore. But Manon here was made by the slow corrosion of seaside caves.
They were worn away by the waves?
That too. But mainly, it was the handiwork of a rock-eating species of coral, known as ravening table coral. Stay in contact long enough, and they'll melt your flesh right off.
Ah, so that's why it tingles every time I touch the coral.
Why didn't you warn us earlier?
Like I said, very chatty. Some of the characters have good personalities. The weakest part is, of course, the writing of any of the female characters. Just earrings. I do enjoy the combat. It is spammy, but it feels good. Like, you feel overpowered, majority of it. And got a lot of pretty lights. Me getting greedy. Nothing. Just fast enough to dodge the knock. You want to keep an eye out for these sparkles. Make it some pretty good stuff. Upgrades for stats and all. I think that's we'll end it there. Then Tales of Berseria, very chatty, lots of combat. But if you're in the mood for that kind of game, pretty good. I've liked the majority of the Tales. Cheers.